Welcome back, fanboys and fangirls.
Been here for 30 minutes, bro.
I've been talking Lord of the Rings. If you missed that section, make sure to check it out on YouTube or the podcast. It'll have its own little episode there once you've watched episode 5 of The Rings of Power. What are we talking about this week? Oh, weekly recap. Gosh, what all did we do this week, guys?
I can very quickly go.
I'm not used to starting a podcast midway through another podcast.
Yeah, it's tough. I played more of the Modern Warfare 2 beta.
Yeah.
Weekend 2 on the all consoles plus PC were this weekend. Leveled it out all the way to 30, which was the max to unlock all the stuff for the full release.
Look at you go.
They had the tuning up way high.
Did you get that Mountain Dew double XP?
No, I didn't use any double XP. I just played it. Had a ton of fun. Had some pretty legendary runs towards the end of my time with it. They put hardpoint in the game, and so like they were just like adding modes and maps throughout the weekend. It was kind of cool how they did it. Really enjoyed it. They did make some changes from weekend 1 to weekend 2. Mostly doing with like muzzle flash transparency, like the long range stuff that people were complaining about, myself included.
Mm-hmm.
It's still really hard to kill people at range, but they just made it a little bit easier to see, which I really appreciated.
Maybe you just need to get good.
I guess so. Over time, I think it...
1v1 me!
I think over time it really started to feel more like Call of Duty. By the end, as you get more familiar with the maps, you get more familiar with your loadouts.
In a good way?
Yeah, like more like
Okay.
2019. I mean, if you like the 2019 Call of Duty, I think...
Because if somebody said, it feels like Call of Duty to me, I'd be like... How?
I liked Modern Warfare 2019. It feels like that with improved gunplay and a more interesting gunsmith system. I don't know if this is true, but the way they're rolling out the guns in this game, my understanding is there's over 100 weapons you can craft. You can kind of just build whatever you want. It's kind of awesome. So yeah, I mean, there's that. I really enjoyed it. I did pre-order it, so I will be playing it. Looking forward to it. And then I watched the first half of season 5 of Cobra Kai because I'd been wanting to watch it. I just hadn't had a chance yet. So I watched the first half on Saturday. I really like that show. Really like where that first half kind of ends with some of the characters resolving some conflicts that they've been having for 4.5 seasons at this point.
Yep.
As always, Cobra Kai, there's a good layer of cheese on that show, and I just really enjoy it.
I'm all about the cheese.
Can't wait to watch more. And then I did something with Luke this weekend. Luke and I went and saw Avatar in IMAX 3D on Saturday.
That movie came out like 2 decades ago.
13 years ago.
Like 30 years ago.
13
Like
years
130 years ago.
Stop talking about your age, dude.
Third-
We
My
get
bad.
it. We get it. You're old.
My bad.
It was really fun to go back and watch that movie.
Galadriel ain't got nothing on me.
It's definitely a...
She's got
a couple
looks.
dozen years. And looks. Hey Tyler.
Wiser, better fighter,
Hey Tyler.
better hair.
Does it get frustrating when people just keep talking
No,
over
I'm
you?
just letting you guys talk it out.
Okay, you can go ahead.
Once you guys are done, I'll finish what my thought was.
Better at horse riding. Wiser.
She's definitely better at horse riding than you.
Okay, so I don't even...
Better fashion.
She's got everything on me is what I'm saying.
No. You're probably a little bit easier to work with.
I have a better beard.
Yes, for now. No, Luke and I did see Avatar in IMAX 3D.
Yeah. 3D.
Whoa.
I've always felt like this movie's overrated. I still feel that way, but I definitely like it more now than I did a long time ago. And I think it's really impressive how relevant this movie still is in its themes today. Kind of amazing. You've seen Avatar. I don't need to go into like a review of the movie, but the CG holds up so incredibly well. Like it just looks like a movie that came out this year. It's nuts. The 3D works, which is still just so mind blowing to me.
The 3D is so good.
It's so good. This was the first movie I saw in 3D, and I remember having like the worst headache ever when I watched it. It's probably why I didn't like it. But like just the depth in each shot because of 3D is so cool.
Yeah.
It's just mind blowing. And I was telling Luke, there were some minor changes we'd kind of talked about like, at the end that are pretty funny.
We were both like,
Yeah,
huh?
we're like, that wasn't in this movie. But one of the things I said to Luke after is like, man, I wish I didn't hate James Cameron. He's just such a douchebag, but he's such a good filmmaker. Like, he makes really good stuff. He's just annoying. But the stuff at the end,
He's got an ego
yes,
that
a lot of
really
it
bugs me.
Yeah, it's frustrating. I don't like when. Okay, very quickly, let me get on my soapbox here. So, like, when Washington lost to the Lions, Amon-Ra St. Brown was like, I was looking for De'Ami Brown because he was drafted ahead of me, and I didn't see him on the field much, blah, 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 like, talking all this crap. And I was like, why go after him? You guys were third-round picks. There's a lot of dudes picked ahead of you guys. Like, what is this? Like, stop. Why? Why are you hating on another guy in what people call, the people call the NFL a fraternity? Like, those are your brothers. These are people you work with, right? I feel the same way about James Cameron. Like, James Cameron is very good at what he does. Amon-Ra St. Brown had a really good game. But, like, James Cameron needlessly attacks other creatives. And it just annoys me. Like, I just hate that. Like, he should be propping people up, lifting them up, giving them encouragement. Instead, he's just a dick. Can't stand that dude, man. He makes good movies.
Maybe he got the bins when he was looking for the Titanic in his little submarine.
Doesn't he have, like, the most visits to it ever?
Yeah.
Something crazy like
Dude
that?
likes his submarine.
Yeah. Above average height James Cameron, I suppose. But no, at the end they had the little added line, this isn't over. And I was like, I don't remember that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was added.
And then we did get a look at The Way of Water.
We got a pretty lengthy clip of The Way of Water.
That's pretty cool.
It's fantastic.
It looks insane. Like, we were sitting there just like, there's no way this is CGI.
Dude, it's crazy.
And it's like, it's all underwater.
Yeah.
It's what the scene they show you is the scene of who I'm guessing is Jake and Natiri's son.
Yep.
With the whale, and the shot shows them holding hands in the trailer.
It kind of shows you how you get there.
Yeah.
And it's really good. And emotional, and the acting is good, and
I was so distracted by how real it looked.
Yeah, it's like weird how good it looks.
Yeah, it's mind blowing.
How much is this movie gonna cost?
A lot.
Yeah.
It's also like the first thing that came to mind for me was Aquaman.
Yes.
Aquaman looks bad compared to this almost.
Yeah. I would agree. And I don't think Aquaman looks bad.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
The movie
compared to this,
looks great.
What's so amazing about this is just how clean it looks. Like, it looks so clean.
Yeah.
And I think what helps it is it's
$250.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Honestly,
I was gonna guess 300.
That's not that bad as I was thinking. What was in game, like 350?
They made that.
Something like
that's
that.
what they spent on the Gray Man.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That movie was
boy.
horrible. That movie's horrible.
I think what helps it look so good though is that it's mocapped for the character.
It also helps.
Makes it work.
One thing that also helps is that there's not an uncanny valley.
Yeah.
It's all CG.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
It just all looks
CG.
that good.
Yeah.
And like even when the trailer came out, people were like, "No, that's real water." And like they did film stuff underwater for the movie, yes.
But it's all been replaced.
It's been replaced.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
They've gotten so good at doing CG water. And I was talking about this with Brett, and I was like, maybe it's time to move on to fire now. Fire's been like, even like in the old Avatar, when you're watching it, like there'd be flames and stuff. Be like, that is the only thing that doesn't really look good in this movie.
Specifically when they take down the tree.
Yeah.
Like, ooh.
There's like flames underneath it, and you're just like, okay.
And
then a giant tree falls, and you're like, that looks cool.
I was even watching House of the Dragon this week, and there's like, when the dragons breathe fire, it's like, oh, that looks cool for a split second, and then you're like, oh, but it's so obviously fake.
Yeah, I think movies and video games cannot figure out fire to save their lives.
Because they've been working on water.
Well, they got water to a good place right now.
Water looked so bad for so long.
Yeah, no, this clip is really cool. It doesn't really give you anything other than, hey, this movie's going to look gorgeous and it's going to make you feel things.
Dude, I was really feeling things in that clip, man.
It was really cool.
as for Avatar the movie, I just want to read my tweet that I tweeted out. This is my hot take. Mainly because in Tyler's, he said, this movie's overrated. You know what I hear every single time about Avatar? It's overrated. It's overrated. It's overrated. It's overrated. A movie isn't overrated if every single person thinks that. So I'm here to tell you it's underrated. In fact, it is incredible. And it was nominated for Best Picture. It didn't deserve to win, and it didn't win. But this movie is a technical feat, and
for sure.
The only thing that is going to match it is the sequel, as far as how it looks. I think Zoe Saldana is freaking good in this movie, which is all through mocap too.
Yeah,
like her performance comes through. I wrote down Avatar is goated. You just haven't seen it in a theater for 13 years.
Yeah, I leaned over and I was like, this movie's a lot better than I remember.
You get lost in this movie.
Hurt Locker won Best Picture that year.
That's right, Captain Bigelow.
That's a good freaking movie.
Yes. That's one of those like little wins against James Cameron.
Yeah, you're just like, yes.
But yeah, I love this freaking movie, and it kind of just solidified it in my mind. It's like, no, this movie is actually really good, and I don't.
It is. I was telling Luke, a lot of things happening, a lot of inside baseball going on. Like after we walked out of the movie, I was late to seeing this, and so like all I had heard was just how amazing it was, how amazing it was, and like I just like when I got to it, I was like, I mean, it was good, but I didn't think it was amazing. Like watching it now, like with all that baggage removed, it's a really, really good movie. Like I really enjoyed watching it again.
The only thing that's bad about Avatar, besides the fire, but we'll forgive that. Unobtainium.
Oh, yeah.
It's the worst name.
We definitely were.
It's the worst name.
We were just like, oh, vomit.
Still pretty bad.
It's terrible. That should have been sitting back to the board. But yeah, I freaking love that movie.
Yep. Tyler, anything else?
James Cameron thinks he could have made The Hurt Locker better by making it 3D. God, I hate this dude, man. Such a jerk.
Classic James Cameron. If not...
Average, below average height, James Cameron. What is it? What do you always say?
What? Above average height, James Cameron.
Oh, above average height. I thought it was below.
Luke, did you do anything else this week?
He called his movie Goliath to her David. Goliath had more than a couple $2 billion, and The Hurt Locker had made about what it cost to shoot. God, he's such a dick. And
you guys spent $30 million to watch that movie.
We didn't spend $30 million at all. I spent $6.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
I spent a little more because I got snacks.
Well, I got snacks too.
Dude, they gave me this.
Yeah. He like comes walking in with this little bucket. And like,
I should have brought it because it is the dumbest looking thing.
It's like this big.
It's like a, that you can buy those like Kroger ice cream pails. It's like
yeah.
It's like half of that. It had a handle.
It's like a little pint size.
Yeah, but it like had DC superhero Lego pets.
The DC Super Pets.
Yeah, that thing on it. So
they're just trying to get rid of inventory.
But like they hand it to you, and I'm just like, thanks.
You came walking up the stairs holding it, and I was like,
I sat down and I was like, look at this stupid freaking bucket they gave me. You know what? I took it home. I'm going to use it as a little popcorn bucket.
You should.
Perfect.
I paid for that.
That's right.
It was funny.
Oh.
Yeah, that's all I did. Luke, hit the rest of your list.
Okay. I started a show that has been out for a while. And I mainly started it because Queen Elizabeth II had just died.
What? Spoiler
Didn't hear? Now I feel bad. I've been watching The Crown. I'm 2 seasons into The Crown. And I feel like I didn't address her properly. Forgive me. It's all good. I'm an American. It's really good. It is really good. It's I not in the royal sense, but in the like personality that Queen Elizabeth II had, where she's an introvert and hates confrontation. I can really relate to a lot And it's just really interesting to see a person like that be a queen of an entire country, and at the time the Commonwealth, and I like that bit of it. But the show, it's just like you watch and you're like, oh, this is why it's won so many Emmys over and over again. It's really, really good. I strongly recommend people should watch it, especially because like you can learn something about that family. I empathize with the queen, but I like don't with the family. It's like this weird double-edged sword.
Yeah.
And kind of conflicting, but gosh, the show is good. I've been binging it. I started it Tuesday. I'm 20 episodes in.
Dude, your ability to binge shows is crazy.
That is impressive, Luke.
Even if I had nothing else on my plate, I don't think I could watch a show like that. Like, there's few shows I can do that with.
It's a majority of what I did Saturday and Sunday. Chiefs lost, and I was like, ah! Watch The Crown!
I hate football.
Freaking Chris Jones, dang it! Oh, The Crown.
I feel better now.
Yeah, but season 5's coming out soon.
That's right.
So I gotta make sure I finish it in time. I will. Yeah. What about you, Brett?
Cool.
Did you go already? I can't remember.
No, I haven't gone yet. I watched Game of Thrones episode 6. This was the episode where they had the time jump. So we have a number. So the older actors, they basically just aged up with makeup. And the younger actors got recast. I think the recasting actually works really well. It feels like they kind of treated this like a mid-season pilot. It's a little bit of a refresh. We're kind of, time has passed, and we're going to reintroduce people and show you how those relationships have soured even more. Very few have gotten better because it's Game of Thrones.
Oh, of course.
But yeah, I think this is a really good episode. They start with a pretty impressive one-take shot that has some nice tie-ins to the first episode. So, all in all, thematically, I think it worked really well. And
do you like the new cast members?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Did you hear how they did this? Like, from a casting standpoint?
No.
So they casted the aged up versions
First.
And then they did their casting on like likeness for the younger characters,
Oh.
which I thought was interesting.
That is interesting. But
I think they did good.
I was gonna say,
by all accounts, I've heard all the young characters were really good.
Yeah, and I liked them a lot. So it's
that could be totally false. That's just what I've seen.
Well,
kind of bounced around.
If it's true, I'm impressed.
It was on the internet. You saw that?
I actually saw it in a book.
Oh, well, then it's not true. If it's on the internet, then it wouldn't be true.
You can print anything in a book.
Yeah.
It's true. You can publish your own books.
I could.
Yeah.
Who would? Yeah.
Who would read it? I would.
Okay. Well, good to know. I have one.
I want to say I would,
I don't even
but
know
I don't
there's
read a lot of
It could be a
books.
pirated copy, but at least I'd have one
I'd
person
buy
read
it.
it. Oh, thanks, man.
I'd buy it.
Okay.
I bought
Boy,
my aunt's book.
you guys are gonna make fun of me for this. Probably.
We make fun of you for a lot of things.
I started because I have HBO Max now. I started watching Moonfall.
Oh, dude, I'm so jealous.
Is it? It's on there?
I got about 40 minutes in, and I was like, nope, I can't do this.
Oh,
we're
watching it!
Let's go. I'm so fired up now.
It's so bad.
Oh, let's go.
How about you come watch it with us, but we'll
Okay.
get you some alky to,
Okay, yeah, if I could
to
have
help out.
And I'll just drink
whiskey
just so you don't have to
drink
drink
with
alone.
it. I don't care.
I'll make you drink
You know,
alone.
I'm
I don't
trying to
care.
help.
It'll probably be more fun for both of us.
Probably. Dude, I'm
So-
fired up. That's awesome.
Yeah,
So bad? Just horrible?
just bad.
Oh.
What were you
Good.
expecting?
Yeah.
No, I mean,
Did you expect
It's
good?
not like bad good. It's bad. Oh
it's
my
bad,
gosh.
bad.
It's bad gross.
It's just, it's how did this get made? Kind of bad. Like,
That's what we say before every Roland
This
Emmerich
is
movie.
a big, but yeah, I guess that's true. Touche. I did this to myself. This is Roland Emmerich. Okay.
Oh.
Well,
It's your fault. It's bad.
He made that one for the fans.
I can only blame myself.
Yeah, it's for the fans.
And I love the moon, so I'm obviously gonna love it.
No, Luke and Tyler have not seen Moonfall.
We have not seen Moonfall, no.
And I've only seen Easton.
But we talked about it a lot.
I had a pretty awesome prediction about
I've
Moonfall.
only seen 40 minutes of it, and I was not impressed.
Dude, that's why you don't like it. You didn't get to see the end.
Oh, you're right.
I bet the end's perfect. Roland
It-
Emmerich never drops the ball
It
at the end of
weaves
his movies.
all the things together.
Dude.
It just makes you go.
When has Roland Emmerich ever messed up the ending of a movie?
Never. Never. You're right.
I can only remember
Easton,
two of his movies right
what
now,
you rate that movie.
and they're both ones I like. So
Easton watched it in theaters.
Oh no! Did you like it, Easton?
he said
I
he
hope
watched
so.
that shit in theaters. Also, he did.
Okay, well, I did watch some
He's
good...
gonna be like, "That's my favorite movie."
I did watch some other things.
One out of
two.
Oh, or is that half star?
Oh, I bet that's half star. He doesn't do the one or two.
Well, 1 out of 2, half star is technically the same review.
It is.
It's either 1 out of 2 or a 2 out of 2. It's either good or bad.
Okay, fair enough.
It's the
Half
best
star,
rating
yeah.
system in the world.
Half a star. He's got the rating of Caretaker in The Longest Yard.
I jumped into the new serial killer crime show on Netflix. It's called Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story. I've watched the first 6 episodes out of 10. It's very well done for a TV show about a serial killer. It's one of those things where
The discourse around the show is pissing me off, by the way.
it's like it's not good because it does like a good job of making his crimes and what he did feel less bad or more like Evan Peters, I think, plays him very, very convincingly. It's a good performance of a bad person who did bad things. It's like not. I don't think the show is A, trying to, or B, does in any way try to tell you that like what he did was like justifiable or like a unavoidable because of fate or whatever circumstance. It explores his childhood a bit, but a lot we don't know a lot about what happened in his mind because of the manner of his death shortly after he was arrested. So these are just stories that are they're scenes that are taken from interviews that he and his family, people who knew him, talked about. So I don't necessarily. I think I'm with Tyler. I don't love the discourse around this show. It's not glorifying it in any way that these kind of shows have ever really done. They're like 3 episodes in, maybe, like he gets kind of ripped because it's a thing. Like, I don't know how accurate that is. Yeah, I guess like it's Evan Peters. Of course he looks attractive, but like at the same time, that's not. I don't feel like that's the point. The point isn't for you to be like, oh man, Jeffrey Dahmer was. Oh wow.
Yeah.
No, it's he's doing this to get closer to a person because he has this unhealthy infatuation with them.
Yeah. I think the thing that annoys me the most is I see a lot of people being like, this show's disturbing, don't watch it. It's supposed to be.
Oh, for sure.
It's supposed to be.
Yeah.
It's
and
not
they don't
trying to
they
tell
don't
you.
shy away from violence.
It's not you.
Yeah,
We didn't
yeah.
cast this super hot dude to be a horrible person. No, we casted this guy who's a good actor to show you how horrible of a person Jeffrey Dahmer was.
Yeah. Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
it's not supposed to feel good to watch this show. It's supposed to be uncomfortable. That's the point.
100%.
It's raising awareness.
Yep. Yeah, and it does. I think it does a good job of exploring, how, family, police, neighbors. There are all these things that we look away from, we want to ignore, or we don't take time to look into enough. It's fascinating. And you can do the research as you're watching it. You can you can look things up and be like, okay, what's fabricated here in the story and what's not. All of the scenarios, as far as I've gotten, have been accurate. There's, obviously there's stuff that we don't know what they actually said.
Right.
Those actual conversations, but it's fascinating to see sometimes the incompetence of police or a father who's never really around his son and doesn't really understand him. It's, again, it's not trying to make you empathize with Jeffrey Dahmer. It's just trying to explore how does this happen to a person. And I think that sometimes the answer is you just don't know. And my guess is that's where this is going to kind of end. We just don't know why this person was this way. But here were a bunch of things that happened in his life that may have contributed to it. But at the end of the day, he was a terrible person who did terrible things.
Yep.
So
if you can't handle true crime, don't watch it.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's really good acting and it's really fascinating. It's really well made. It very much reminds me of like Mindhunter vibes, but from the perspective, obviously, of the episode 6 is really, really good because it spends most of the time with the victim. It's like is
it the one that got away?
Victim's point of view. No,
okay,
it's not.
Have you watched The Fall?
Who's that with?
It's Jamie Dornan and Gillian Anderson.
I don't think so.
It's like a Irish.
The Fall? TV series
or series? Jamie Dornan's a serial killer and Gillian I can't remember is hunting him.
Interesting.
I wonder if it's kind of like that. The show's good.
Cool. The other show I started this week was Andor, and Luke's watched at least one one episode.
I forgot I started this.
I've watched all the first 3 episodes. Luke, I want you to start with your thoughts.
All right, so I watched the first episode, and the main reason I didn't watch all 3 was because the first episode was an absolute snoozer. I was falling asleep hardcore during it. It was so boring. I barely remember it. It has terrible acting. I'm probably going to have to rewatch it because I can't really remember it, which is unfortunate.
I don't know.
Or can I just move on?
You can move on.
Can I just skip it to 3?
No.
I hear that's where it picks up.
2.
I'll watch it on 1.5 speed.
I think. I mean, you probably could. 2 has some backstory stuff. So 2's is 1. I agree. I think a lot. I was maybe overhyped for when I had seen people talking about. Oh my gosh, the first 15 minutes of this are phenomenal. Like the first 15 minutes are beautiful. They're well shot. I love the location.
Say the first
I love the theme, but like you haven't seen a slow Star Wars show, is what you're telling me. You haven't seen something that's just paced slowly. And I think that first intro is paced fairly well, but after that, I'm with Luke. It gets so slow.
He's like just on that planet in his ship. I don't even remember. He's just like in his ship, just like tinkering. And they were talking about something, and I spaced off so hard. Did I miss something important?
Luke comes to, and he's like, "Are we in a different city now?"
Well, I would know that. They put the title cards up every 3 seconds to let you know we're on a different planet.
I think that the pacing of the show is fine. It just wasn't quite what I expected, I think.
That's
after 3 episodes, because it definitely picks up during episode 3.
I'm still excited for the series. I just don't think they started off very good.
I think it's just a different kind of.
In this day and age, you kind of got to get people excited off the rip.
Yeah.
And
Didn't do it.
They didn't do it for me.
I think episode 2 is pretty.
I'm at the
is
point.
interesting. We get to meet the. Well, maybe meet. Did you meet the droid in episode 1?
Yeah.
So we get a lot more with the droid. And...
He was hiding from the warthogs.
Yeah, that's right.
Because warthogs are a threat to droids
these days.
Man, because they get peed on.
There's some flashbacks in episode 2 that I think are gonna kind of be the secondary storyline. It starts off as what I think is Andor's primary motivation. I think that's gonna shift, but it's still gonna be a secondary thing, which is him finding his sister. But there's these flashbacks that kind of help get you to help you understand how he got to where he is now.
I think also for me personally, the part that really hurts this show is that in Rogue One, I think Andor is just the most uninteresting character out of everybody in that squad. Never really cared about him. Maybe this show will do that.
Yeah.
I do think it'll pick up. There's a lot of cool stuff in the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Like AK-47s and stuff. But, yeah, just
I think
the first episode was like, oh, okay, I'm not watching this right now.
I think as the conflict scales up, what we're used to seeing is getting all 3 of these episodes, compressed into the first episode.
Mm.
And this is, I think this whole show.
Can you imagine if they wouldn't release the first 3 episodes? What if they would have done the first one?
I think.
Or even just the first 2.
I think there would have been a lot more backlash.
People have been like, what is this garbage?
Yeah. But
hey, it tracks Rogue One, though, in my opinion. First act of Rogue One, pretty mediocre. Second act, maybe some of the lowest Star Wars, in my opinion. Third act, some of the best Star Wars.
Yeah. I really liked... I think by the time we get to episode 3, I don't remember much of episode 1 and 2.
Nice.
Just throw it away.
I wouldn't say you had to throw it away, but it really picks up, and as the conflict gets bigger, I think it's going to get more interesting as we see more of how the pieces on the chessboard are going to start to be played, because it's been very tight, and it's been just very about one little thing the first couple episodes.
I'll say this, though. They filmed stuff outside.
Looks great.
And it looks good.
Looks fantastic.
They, went outside and found a tree, and they're like, we're going to film here. And I bet Lucasfilm was like, but we got the volume. We can fake it. Tony Gilroy was like, nah, I'm good.
I really... Star Wars, I think, almost always does a really good job of this, but I really appreciated some of, the ship designs. We're at that point in the timeline where it's just after Clone Wars stuff.
5 years before Yavin.
5 years before. So we still have... There's ships that are clearly Imperial ships. They're made and manufactured by the Empire, but they have kind of a look and feel of a Clone Wars dropship.
Oh, with the big double
cannons?
Yeah.
And it's that's kind of a fun little, it's a nice stepping stone getting us from, we've, the Empire has a aesthetic they want, but they think these dropships are efficient, so we're going to just rebrand them, basically.
Yeah, you can't move everything out before you got everything made.
That's right. So, I'm enjoying it. I will, I'll echo what Luke said. I think it is a fairly slow burn, especially at the beginning. But by the time you get to episode 3, I think I'm very happy with it, and I'm still very excited for where it's going. So,
guess I just got to be in the mood.
We talked about a lot of things there, and
I mean, technically, we have been recording over an hour.
Now we're talking about some even more things. We had a bunch of trailers come out. I think we'll just kind of tie our trailers and ta-dum all into one, because there were some trailers in there.
That Netflix event was ta-dum indeed. I'm so freaking funny.
Hilarious.
Thank
you.
Got it.
I killed it on that one, man. Know who didn't kill it? Netflix.
Oh.
Got him again. Yeah. I was just hanging out Saturday. I didn't have any plans, so I had the Tudum on in the background, and it was more of a snoozer than Andor.
That was like 2 hours, right?
It was long. They had to talk about every single show they've ever made.
You know what it kind of it felt like a poorly paced fandom.
Yeah.
It was like, hey, we like this idea, but we're gonna have all sorts of small talk, and
That was me during Andor and Dumb.
So
I mean, they started off with Enola Holmes 2.
Yep.
Which they're probably excited for. I'm not even gonna watch it because I hated that first movie.
You know why they started off with that? It's got star power.
Mm-hmm.
Millie Bobby Brown, Stranger Things, and
Henry
Henry
Cavill.
Cavill, everything else.
Yeah.
So
except Superman.
Except Superman.
yeah.
True.
R.I.P.
I did watch that trailer.
I thought it was fine.
Yeah, that was fine.
I'm trying to remember what I rated Enola Holmes back in the day.
I think the only thing that bothered me, I think I gave it a fanboy worthy. I think the only thing that bothered me about that trailer is it just feels like, hey, we won our lawsuit with Sherlock Holmes, so we're just gonna make him a main character this time around.
It was a low fanboy worthy for me.
Yeah.
Very low. My last fanboy worthy.
I'm pretty sure that's about where I watched it with Dana. She liked it.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Made it fun for me.
I think probably same. I watched it with Stephanie, and it was
Yeah.
kind of like a fun little, oh, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So I'm sure this one will probably fall right around the same spot.
Yeah.
So-
It looks like their shenanigans are going to be more, again, like you said, now that
Henry Cavill will be a little bit more involved.
more
so
prominent, it'll be a little goofier, maybe.
I'm guessing
and
you
a
gave
little
it a
more
straight
fun.
streaming.
I don't even have it on here. I think
Delete it.
This guy didn't even watch
I'm gonna
it.
give it a dumpster fire.
It was not that bad.
I was watching it. I remember hating it every second throughout, and I was just begging for every character to die. In this like PG children's movie, it's just like fall down the hill and die. I hated that movie. I probably gave it a streaming.
Salty Luke is my favorite kind of Luke.
Um,
What else did we get?
Is he?
No.
I was gonna say.
I've been kind of toxic lately. More recently, it's kind of fun.
Someone's got to do it, I guess, right?
I've been too positive, so the pendulum swings.
If you guys want to try it, I'll back off a little bit. It like feels good to get it out a little bit. Like I don't want to like.
Well, we'll see. Maybe I'll need to be salty around the end of Rings of Power. Well, who knows?
No. No, you have to like it. Another trailer. This little teaser trailer was we got for The Crown season 5.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm excited for. Looks good. It's gonna be going into Princess Diana's relationship woes, and
That's always a fun topic for the royal family.
That's what a lot of them are. They
don't shy away.
They do not know how to keep it in their pants and settle down. I'm very excited. Another trailer that we got. This was my favorite thing from the entire stream.
Mm-hmm.
Was the trailer for They Cloned Tyrone.
Yeah, this looks sick.
That looked fun.
Yeah, looks like a sci-fi, not exuberant sci-fi, just like little sci-fi movie. John Boyega, Jamie Foxx, and oh no, we're horrible people. Tiona Harris.
Sounds right.
Shoot.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. This is embarrassing.
You're good.
We should have wrote it down.
Tiona Paris.
Tiona Paris. Okay. Her name's in the yo-yo in the movie?
Yeah.
I like that.
And Jamie Foxx is Slick Charles.
Fun.
Kiefer Sutherland's in it.
Fontaine. Yeah, it looks good. It looks funny.
It
looks
looks
exciting. I love John Boyega.
Hair and makeup's great.
Yeah.
In this trailer, like definitely gives it thumbs up for me.
Yeah, this looks super good.
Absolutely.
I didn't realize it was Jamie Foxx until he spoke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, snap, that's Jamie Foxx.
They did have a lot of other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They showed stuff for Shadow and Bone, Witcher season 3, and the spin-off that I don't think any of us
Blood
we're gonna
Origin?
watch. Yeah. Old Guard 2, Extraction 2, and a clip from Wednesday.
They showed Old Guard too?
No, they should.
No,
they had
it was
like
all-
a little like we're filming and we're in the middle of production.
Or
Okay.
it was
Let's
behind
go
the
get
scenes
back.
or something. It was
Yeah.
so dumb.
Yeah.
It could have been like a 40-minute stream maybe if they just would have reined it in a bit.
Hey, they needed a platform to tell the fans how much they loved the fans.
Oh yeah,
Seems
they
like
make
just another waste of money for Netflix.
making it for the fans.
Classic Netflix. There's
Um,
a couple you didn't mention.
Heart of Stone,
Heart of Stone.
which is a spy movie starring Gal Gadot.
This gave
Jamie
me
Dornan.
This gave me some Red Notice vibes.
It looked bad. It's just like, oh, it's a grounded spy
Yeah.
movie. They're like driving planes through tunnels and cars down buildings. It's like, this is just gonna be another generic spy movie probably.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Red Notice. It's gonna be in between Red Notice and Gray Man probably, and
What color would that be?
probably like a
Like a
really
lavender.
maybe like a matte orange.
Somewhere,
like a
like
really-
matted orange to like maroonish,
Maybe maroon, yeah.
Oh.
So like maroon notice.
Yeah.
Maroon woman. You got gray man. You got red notice.
Maroon
Maroon
woman.
woman.
Yeah, but what they were saying was just like, we gotta hype this up. It's gonna be the biggest movie ever, and it's super grounded. It's like, those kind of go against
It's
each
kind
other.
of like a $300 million budget.
Whatever. I'm just not excited.
Yeah. We also got a little bit of a behind the scenes look at DB and Weiss's
Oh, yeah.
actual next thing.
The
Since
three-body problem?
Three-body problem. Just, I kind of goes back to what Luke was just saying. It just kind of looks like a big, expensive...
And it's the same. They say it all the time with every book adaptation. It's
Yeah.
like they just really dove into what the book is about, and they just brought it to screen so beautifully. It's like,
Oh...
okay, so every single adaptation that's ever been made, I'm sure somebody has said that.
Oh, yeah.
The producers
Aragon
were
one was awesome.
the producers for Aragon. We ripped it straight from the page.
Oh, that hurts me.
Baby dragon flies into the sky. Lightning strikes. I'm an adult now.
I'm voiced by Rachel Weisz now.
The dragon was voiced by Rachel Weisz?
Yeah. You didn't know that?
No. Do you know how much of that movie I've blocked out from my mind?
That's fair. Touche.
I-
You watched that movie once and were like,
The-
I don't.
I remember
think
the
about that
dragon just turning into adult, and that I'm pretty sure John Malkovich is the evil wizard, which I think is hilarious.
Yeah, he's the evil king.
Yeah.
I hurt without my stone. Oh boy, the dialogue in that movie was awful. Okay. The last thing I want to mention from the Tudum was Manifest. This was a show that got
It was on NBC.
NBC got
Canceled.
canceled, and then did anyone else pick it up, or was it just straight? Then Netflix picked it up.
Netflix did it
picked it up.
To
So
finish it.
to finish it. So yeah, season 4.
Oh yeah, I guess it was a trailer technically, but
I think it looks fine.
I was watching the trailer and it's like, this looks so cringe. Like,
Oh.
I was just like, maybe if you like start it from the beginning.
Well,
and,
that's what. For more than anything, I think it's just cool that we're getting one of those things. Usually, Netflix is the company that kills the thing after one season.
Yeah.
like
And
Sandman.
we're actually gonna
Did
finish
they
the
cancel that
series.
officially?
Not yet, but you know they will.
It wasn't mentioned at the thing, so.
They didn't even have a thanks for watching Sandman.
Well, I will say Dana likes Manifest a lot. So
Good.
she's excited for it to
Good.
be finished.
Save Daredevil.
All right, Luke. Your favorite thing this week happened. Talk to us about it, and because Easton is really excited to hear what your thoughts are.
Today was 90 Dog Day, and they dropped the trailer for the Last of Us series on HBO. And I just want to say that Luke is extremely happy, and I am ready to be hurt again by this story.
Yeah, I am also ready to be hurt from the
Dude,
parts of it
there's
I've
things in the
played.
trailer that I'm just like, oh no, I know exactly what happens at that point. Oh my gosh.
As someone who's not played the game, I'm ready to be hurt for the first time.
Yeah, there's also some really cool like video game moments in the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Like when they're in the little concrete tubes and like the lights are passing through. And they got
It's like one of the parts I
floating down.
just
It's like-
played.
I was like, oh man,
The clicker sound is...
it's spot on.
They probably just moved the audio file over.
Spot on.
Copy paste. That's how all media is made, right?
I also love the little first kind of glimpse of a clicker you get.
Oh, yeah, it
I like
looks
the way they
freaky.
do it in the shot. I was like, ooh, yeah, that's nice.
Man, clickers are terrifying. You
Yeah, they're
hear
pretty
them, you're just
scary.
like, gosh darn it.
They're pretty scary.
Especially because, like, everything in the game pretty much one-hits you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like, well, I'm out of bullets. I'm out of arrows. I've got this bottle, but I've got no shivs. Guess I'm dead.
Like, I hope I run fast.
Oh gosh. But yeah, I'm super excited for the show. I think it looks
For
really,
a
really
show
good.
that was shot primarily during the pandemic, right? Like,
Towards the end of it, yeah.
I think, like, I don't know how all it was done, but the sets look phenomenal. The, you know, this is a kind of a post-apocalyptic world, or so
Yes.
like the destruction looks great. There was a wide shot of them in like a city, and like the lightning was going.
It's
and
like
the,
perfect.
Oh,
Yeah.
it just it felt really really good.
I love the casting still.
I'm excited for you to beat the game so I can play it.
It's going very slow.
That's fine.
Take your time.
But Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey look awesome. If this show is as good as it should be, it's really going to hurt Luke a lot.
I'm really.
I think it's gonna hurt everyone a lot.
I am you know, this kind of the main writer on it being Craig Mazin, having Neil Druckmann there to work with him, having a source thing that's really good already, just adapting it.
That's
I'm
literally
I'm
a
very
movie already, or a
excited.
show already.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to just see how that, you know,
Just
works.
moves over
Yeah,
to a different medium.
moves over to that different medium. So
I think it's super interesting too because the game takes place over 4 seasons, and we see a snowy bridge. So it's like, well, we're at least hitting that point. Oh man, that point in the game.
every
Dogs are
night
out
around
wilding.
9:30, they get crazy. I don't know why.
Is out there.
Yeah, sorry. The winter part is rough. Ugh. I freaking love that freaking game.
Yeah, I'm excited for the show.
Is Gemma out there freaking out?
She was in her bed.
Good for her. Yeah. I'm
Thumbs up on that trailer.
big thumbs up. Very
And
good.
Tyrone.
Did you guys have any other trailer? I almost said trailers.
Trailers?
Trailers. It's like it's a
I have-
trailer of Tyler.
Instead of
Trailer.
Twitter with Tyler, now we got trailers with Tyler.
I have a trialer of someone who's going to be put on trial.
Oh.
The GTA 6 leaker was caught and arrested in London. He's a 17-year-old kid.
Ooh, that's
He
gonna
is
learn a life lesson.
gonna be released and get a job, probably.
Yeah, with the government.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's being investigated for this leak, the Uber one. He
Oh,
also-
yeah, that's right.
He also is the one who did the Nvidia and the Microsoft leaks. So
Wow.
he's
He's a smart kid.
yeah, he's smart.
Like, yeah, he committed crimes, but he was a smart
Yeah,
kid.
he's good at what he does. But he has been arrested and charged with, they call it like computer misuse or something. Okay, but yeah, he's been caught.
Computer
Rockstar's-
misuse.
Moral of the story.
Rockstar's gonna go kill him.
Use your amazing, impressive intelligence for good in the world, and not to leak dumb video game stuff.
Agreed.
Not worth it.
Easton, I appreciate that, but I'm gonna wait because I need to finish another game first. Thank you though, I really do appreciate it.
You own the first one, though. It's just the remaster for the
I want the
PS4.
remastered one. Like
I need the
remake.
prettified one.
Yeah, I want to play the pretty one.
Okay, well, surely we had a few other news stories this week, did we?
I do.
All right, hit me with them.
Have you guys seen this? The movie that's being marketed called Smile.
Yes. Oh, yeah, and I saw the.
Have you seen the marketing campaign they're doing?
Yeah, it's creepy.
This is one of the coolest marketing campaigns I think I've seen in
Is
a long
it a
time.
movie about
It's a
the
woes
woes
movie.
of dentistry?
it's
No,
a horror
it's a
movie
horror
where,
movie
like,
where the people like smile real big.
very unnaturally.
Yeah, and so what they've done is they've paid people to go to like events, and so like one of them was like they bought tickets right behind home plate. And
Oh, and
people just sat behind home plate
Yeah.
smiling, and like one of the games got rain delayed, and the lady just stayed there smiling.
That's
So
awesome.
people were like videoing her, and she would just like turn around and look at them like all smiling, and then just turn back to the field and stuff.
Gosh.
Dude, one of the coolest marketing campaigns ever.
Terrifying.
Definitely makes me more interested in the movie.
Did you have like a
Yeah.
shirt or something so you know what it's for?
No, nobody knew what it was. Everybody was like freaking out. They're like, "What is happening?" Because like somebody posted a clip from like the Oakland A's game because the woman was just sitting there smiling, and it like posted the clip. And they're like, "You guys doing okay in Oakland? Like, is everything all right?" And then like I think there was enough like concern
Did like the
that the
official
producers
movie
were
account-
like, "No, like this is the thing we did. Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
okay."
They should have just replied or anything. Go see Smile on October 4th.
right?
Dude, it's pretty crazy. Like,
Yeah,
I
it
want to see if I can
was-
pull up this clip.
It was.
Yeah, MLB games infiltrated by, like, look at this.
Oh.
Luke's like, no thanks. I'm good.
She single? Just kidding.
Yeah. Good. It's good marketing. Very good marketing.
What if it's all a lie and there's actually not one smile in the entire
Welcome
movie?
to Oakland.
I wonder what that dude was thinking. Oh.
It gets scarier. Like, sorry, we're showing clips.
Oh man.
To
She
each
got
other.
some good teeth though.
I was gonna
Props.
say, how did that casting call go? Being like, I just needed, it's just all about how big you can smile and how good you have to have the right.
I feel like
kind
you
of
need
teeth.
some symmetry.
Yeah.
You can't have Tom Cruise teeth going on where he's got like that one random tooth right
Yeah,
Oh, here you go.
Right in the middle.
This person said, "I'm trying to enjoy a baseball game, but I feel like I'm an extra in a horror movie."
I want to.
Someone
I want to
sitting
read
right
a shirt.
next to her.
Yeah, like then there's this guy at the Yankees game.
It's impressive.
Oh, they wore shirts that say "Smile" on them.
Okay.
That's awesome. Good
So,
job.
It's a really cool marketing bit.
I bet we see more of that in the next couple weeks at different.
It
Kind
makes
of
me more
athletic
interested in the movie. Like,
And for the next game, you're gonna see The Rock sitting back there going,
events.
and then he's gonna raise a sign that says "The hierarchy of the DC Universe is better."
but no, I think this is a genius marketing campaign. Kudos to them.
Yep.
Well done. Well done.
Indeed.
Anything?
Really? No.
Do you have anything?
It was...
I have one more.
I have one, and it's mainly because we didn't talk about it when it actually broke
that's
like
right.
2 weeks ago or 3 weeks or something. And that's Keanu Reeves is returning to the role of John Constantine in a sequel to his Constantine movie that came out like what 2004,
6,
5,
Yeah.
something.
A long time ago.
Which I don't think anybody's really mad about, but at the same time, everybody's like,
What?
What?
Yeah, this is weird. I think what I took away from this was
canceled Batgirl to watch Constantine too.
the J.J. Abrams Justice League Dark thing is probably dead.
Or he's joining.
Maybe.
2005.
Oh, nice.
Says here Rachel Weisz voiced a dragon in this one.
Whoa. That's crazy.
Now,
What a coincidence.
I don't know. I've not seen the original Constantine movie, so...
Oh, you haven't seen this movie?
Mm-mm.
I haven't either.
It's a lot of fun. You should watch it.
Yeah, I'll check it out. It's
That
probably
was
on HBO Max right now.
That
so.
was the day and age when I was watching things like
Max Payne.
no, what's the black with Vin Diesel.
Oh,
Fast and Furious.
no, it's...
Too Fast, Too
Pitch
Furious.
Black.
Pitch Black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pitch Black.
Pitch
Black is good.
Those are what I was watching.
The first one.
Is there a second Pitch Black?
There's like 3.
There's 3.
Or no, it's
That's
No,
Chronicles
it's-
of Riddick.
It's
R-
Pitch
it's
Black,
Red-
Chronicles of
Pit-
Riddick, and
yeah.
Riddick.
Yeah.
yeah, so there's...
I like Chronicles of Riddick too. I don't even care. The movie was awesome.
No, those are great.
He stabbed that dude in the head, and then he just like broke the knife in it, and I was like, "Oh wow, he's strong."
I remember liking those movies, but
Sorry, I just got on IMDb and I saw a trailer I did drop this week. It was Knock at the Cabin, M. Night Shyamalan's new movie.
Oh, I haven't seen that trailer yet.
It looks like a Shyamalan movie.
Okay.
It looks interesting.
And that's about it?
I'm sideways,
No, there is 3. There's Riddick, Pitch Black, and The Chronicles of Riddick. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said that.
Oh, we just forgot that Pitch Black.
That's what I said. Man, these fools ain't be listening to me.
I would be listening to Luke. Tyler,
this is why I get toxic. No.
Yeah, I have one more. Sorry, I'm trying to look up the Rotten Tomatoes score for Pitch Black from 2000.
Yeah, 60.
Not horrible.
59.
Right on the. We're walking the line.
Yeah.
You're fine.
That's
there.
about what I would have expected.
You're fine there. James Earl Jones retired from voicing Darth Vader, signed his voiceover to be used in an AI program so he can continue to voice Darth Vader. And so I ask the question, can we just start like recasting this stuff? When is that acceptable?
I actually don't care that much about this. I don't think it's that big of a deal.
So
well, I think it's
a robot voice, so
that's fine. But how far away from CG Luke Skywalker, robotic voiced, which that's what it is, but AI generated Darth Vader. Like, the franchise is getting old. If you want to keep telling these stories, I feel like we should maybe recast some of these things.
If it's a person, recast.
Let's
If
be
it's a
done
robot
with
voice,
this
but
whole
they've
section
just
of time.
They've clearly like shown that they're not gonna recast characters and they're just gonna do the deep fake thing. So
they'll learn on that.
So tired of
Eventually.
this part of Star Wars. Dead inside.
Well, if you're tired, watch episode 1 of Andor and you'll take a nap.
there's that.
Oh, JT says there's 4 Riddick.
One's an animated movie.
Oh.
I didn't even know that one existed.
Okay.
Dude, I bet that's awesome. Actually,
Vin was just posting on Instagram the other day that there may be one new one in the future. I mean, it is. It is
a cool franchise.
We're in that time of where we bring back early, the aught movies. We're remaking them or unnecessary sequels, like we're talking about with.
I honestly would love
Constantine.
a 4th XXX movie.
Oh boy.
Chronicles was 29%.
Oof.
Sorry, I'm just curious what these were.
Guilty pleasure.
Those were so these were the kind of movies that we would watch. We'd go over to my friend's house. There'd be like 15 of us. We'd pull couches into the garage and have it like up on a projector. It looked horrible, but it was just so much fun to get together
Savagery.
with a group of high schoolers and watch, make homemade popcorn and, cuddle with your high school girlfriend and watch a stupid movie.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, my bad, Luke. Sorry. So, I have fond memories of those. Okay, if that's our last news story, we'll jump over to the fan box real quick. We have a few questions for this week. Thank you for answering the call on Twitter, everyone. And Patrick, who emailed us. So, we're going to go through their Twitter ones first. At Zuck Tyler asks, which is better and why?
No.
Oh, what?
The greatest beer run ever has got a 39%.
Oh, it's only got 23. Okay, but yeah.
Maybe we'll get 50 positive reviews and totally swing. It won't. Movies usually hang in a certain area.
Okay. Well, Tyler...
Don't listen to the critics.
Tyler
they made it for the fans.
Laments over the greatest beer run. At Zuck Tyler on Twitter asks, which is better and why? Return of the Jedi or Spaceballs?
Which is better?
Yeah. Which is the better
why?
film and why? Star Wars, Return of the Jedi, or Spaceballs? These are both science fiction-esque films that involve...
I feel like I shouldn't be struggling as much with this question as I am.
That's what's great about the question. It's like you actually have to think about it.
I have to bow out on this one. I've not seen Spaceballs.
Go away.
No. I know what we're doing tonight. We're kidnapping him and we're watching Spaceballs.
Please not tonight. I wanna see
You know what I was about to say right before you said that? I think I'm gonna go with Spaceballs. It's a timeless classic, and Return of the Jedi. Now, I probably wouldn't have said this when I was younger, but I think Return of the Jedi is the worst of the original trilogy.
I just don't think it's aged as well. Yeah, for whatever reason.
Spaceballs is you hit play and then you're just like laughing. It's so good, and plus it's making fun of Star Wars.
Yeah,
but like in a nice way.
Yeah,
and
it's always good.
And I mean just sci-fi in general, but oh my gosh, dude, it's so good. We really need to watch it. It's in the voodoo.
Same kind of energy as Fanboys.
No. It's way better than Fanboys.
Obviously, but same kind of energy, like same kind of movie.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
Not a parody movie.
It's a Mel Brooks movie.
No, it's a Mel.
It's more like Men in Tights.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Men in Tights is probably the best.
It's so good. Oh my gosh.
May the Schwartz be with you. Love it. Okay, I think
I'm your
I'm
uncle, brother's, father's, cousin's, former roommate. So what does that make us? Absolutely nothing. Oh my god.
I see your Schwartz is as big as mine. Now, let's see how
it's not about the size, it's how you use it.
Merchandising.
They've gone plaid. Oh my gosh.
Or then?
No, it's later, but it's now.
But when will now be now?
If it's like Men in Tights, I'm going...
Quick! Go get Spaceballs, the movie!
If it's like Men in Tights, I'm going to die watching this movie.
Cove the Desert is one of the greatest comedic scenes in history. Oh my gosh. We need to watch that. That movie is a classic.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it might be my favorite Mel Brooks movie.
Yeah. It's the only one I own Men in Tights as well. I was gonna say, it may have been the only one actually.
What a great title, too.
Okay, we need to move
With
on.
a bunch of assholes.
That's a great, thank you, not this Tyler, but the other Tyler for that question. JT over on Twitter asks, would you rather go noodling? This is noodling is fishing with your hand. You're like reaching in and grabbing a catfish and pulling it out, or run with the bowls at the start of the run.
Oh, I would rather go noodling.
So I have a question about the noodling.
Uh-huh.
Because I know some catfish are like poisonous. Is that just saltwater catfish, or is that freshwater?
I didn't even know catfish were poisonous.
Yeah, because like when we've gone to Florida, sometimes you catch catfish and they're like, do not let their tentacles hit you.
Oh, interesting.
Things.
Or barb you, yeah.
Yeah, because
their whiskers.
They'll like make you go numb. Yeah. And it
hurts. I'd rather go noodling.
I bet that's a saltwater thing.
I
never heard that here.
Yeah, here's my answer. If we're going into some muddy backwater lake in like western Kansas to go noodling, I'll do that. But if we're like dealing with some of the more dangerous ones, although catfish can get big, I'm taking on the bulls. I trust my speed in fearful situations. I can run really fast.
10 years ago, I would have said the bulls, but I don't. I mean, I get hurt helping my daughter at soccer practice.
Here's the thing. So... You only need to make it so far until you can jump over a fence.
That's true.
My body has taken such a beating in life. I don't know that the chance. It's freshwater.
Oh, well then noodling.
Yeah, I'm noodling.
I mean, I think it'd be fun.
That was my assumption.
Oh, no, it's freshwater too. I've been stung. You know what? Screw the fish. I'm taking on the bulls. When I'm afraid, I can haul. I trust myself in that situation.
I think for an adrenaline standpoint, I would like to experience the bulls, but from like a safety standpoint, I'd rather deal with the catfish.
And also, it's like, hey, I went noodling. People would be like, oh, cool, or what's that?
And then you tell them, and then they're like, you did what?
Kind of gross, muddy, like, just stuck your arm in a hole.
I guess the benefit of running with the bulls is you get to go to another country. So
and you can be like,
true.
I ran with the bulls and I lived. Or you can be like, I ran with the bulls and I got a big freaking horn through my thigh.
Or you can be like, hey, St. Peter, I ran with the bulls.
Good point.
Because you died.
Yes.
Great question, JD.
Like you, idiot. Should've
Nick
went
over
noodling.
at Twitter asks, if you were a breakfast cereal, which one would you be and why?
Nick who?
Lucky.
Okay.
Hmm.
Why? Does it matter? Does your answer different if a different Nick asks it?
Probably.
Okay.
I would be Count
Sure
Chocula because it's my favorite cereal.
I like it.
Because it's a seasonal one, you can't get it year round.
Oh.
It's special.
Man, I don't eat a lot of cereal these days, and when we do, we get like the off-brand. Because cereal's expensive as an adult.
It's not just
I guess-
sticking your arm in a hole. You got to get your whole body in there and have someone hold your feet. Screw that. I know I'm a good swimmer, but like,
We're back to the noodling.
I'm bowing out of the Count Chocula answer. My answer would be Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Oh,
that's what mine would
I
be.
love some Cinnamon
That's
Toast
great.
Crunch.
Except half cinnamon toast crunch,
Half Golden Grams?
half Cocoa Puffs.
Oh.
It's so good.
Have you had Golden Graham Remix?
Nope.
Have you heard of these things? They're like little snack pouches. So good.
I don't eat a lot of cereal.
I love cereal.
My answer is Captain Crunch.
Nice.
Simply because of the joke that Sean makes in Psych. Something about a Lieutenant Crunch is here to see you. Actually, I've been promoted. It's
Captain Crunch. I love that answer.
That kills me.
What type of Captain Crunch though? Just normal or
Just
like Crunch
normal.
berries?
No, just normal.
Peanut butter crunch?
No, just normal.
You are pretty white bread.
Yep. I ain't here to do that all berries shit.
Something else Galadriel has over you.
Oops, all berries.
That's like the most Midwest thing ever. Oop! Oop! All berries!
All berries. Oh my.
I'm going back to noodling. It sounds like the worst
Make a
thing
cereal.
ever. I said half cinnamon toast crunch,
Okay,
half Cocoa
okay.
Puffs, you ding dong.
Oh. Some of them holes go way back, and sometimes you go
That's
up
what she
and
said.
turn into beaver dance. They don't care, and they'll take your fingers. Guys, noodling sounds terrifying now. I thought
I'd rather run at the bulls than go noodling.
I'd rather.
It sounds horrible.
Oh, okay. One more fanbox question, then we'll call it a night. Patrick over in the email emailed us over at whatthefanboy@gmail.com and said, we have 3 sequels coming out soon that have to do with water. I was about to say this year, but one of them got pushed. Black Panther 2, Avatar 2, and Aquaman 2. Which film do you think will be the best received, and which film do you think will be the most successful?
Avatar 2 for both.
I think Avatar 2 will be the best received, and I think Black Panther will be the most quote-unquote successful financially.
I bet I'm gonna flip. I think Black Panther 2 will be the best received, and Avatar 2 will make the most money.
Nice.
I'm not.
And Aquaman 2 will get forgotten.
All different answers.
Unfortunately, probably yes. And they're probably all going to be good.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm not willing to bet against James Cameron on a sequel.
Fair.
Oh, good point.
Fair.
Good point.
Made T2, he made Aliens. He's going to make Titanic 2. No, it's good.
Please, God, no.
Is this his,
The boat is back.
Is this his first? Is this his first sequel to his own movie though?
Yep. I think so.
They didn't have like The Abyss 2.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God. Yeah. Patrick thinks Wakanda Forever will probably be the best received, and Avatar 2 will perform the best. So he's with me. And together. So, yeah.
This guy had it written down in his notes, just copied Patrick.
I just copied Patrick. That's right. Thank you, Patrick, for all the answers beforehand. Appreciate it.
Isn't that just Ghost Ship?
forgot about that movie.
The movie that is on AMC every other day. Sorry. Back in the day when was in high school and my parents had cable, I would watch AMC a lot because they always played movies. And pretty much every day at like 9 a.m. The Ghost Ship would be on.
I don't remember watching a lot of like movies on TV growing up.
I didn't.
It was my access to
Sometimes.
movies, so I watched a lot of movies.
I guess
on
that makes
TV.
it. We did a lot of the like once a week we would go to into Dillon's in Newton to get groceries, and it was always like,
Go pick a movie.
Go pick a movie. So
Get the Lion King again.
we ran through a bunch of those, but good times. Now we just have everything instantly at our fingertips.
And it's nice.
While companies struggle to make financial.
I was gonna say until it's gone. It's nice for now. Until we don't have a movie
Smoke 'em if
industry
you got 'em.
in 5 years.
Smoke them if you got them, because they may not be there very long.
That's right. All right. Well, I want to thank everyone for tuning in tonight. Whether you're here for just the podcast or if you checked out the. You good over there, Luke?
Yeah, just blowing bubbles.
Blowing bubbles in your water? Okay. For our Lord of the Rings Episode 5 breakdown, if you missed that, you can check that out either on YouTube or its own little podcast. It's in our podcast feed, but it's its own episode. Can't wait for next week. We got more Lord of the Rings to talk about. I'll probably be finished with Dahmer by then, and Luke will be on Season 5 of The Crown.
It won't be
Somehow.
I got it early. Early access, baby.
And Tyler will be reviewing Spaceballs. So,
Probably finish Cobra Kai.
until next week, thank you all for watching. Thank you for listening. We'll see you.
Goodbye.